Episode 77. So many glitches. Hey guys, it's David here and welcome to another Ordering Chaos discussion. Today I'm actually not joined by a guest star for the first time in a while. I actually did plan something different for this episode, but it didn't work out, so I just decided to take this episode to talk about an important topic, in my opinion, that's affecting Ordering Chaos. So first of all, if you hadn't noticed, I reversed the colors for this episode, and you may have seen it with the intro, and you're seeing it now. And I did that because, you know, it kind of looks pretty cool. That's not the real reason. The real reason is that I wanted to represent how Ordering Chaos glitches are backwards, and they're not how the game is meant to be. So that's the kind of representation I'm doing here, but mostly it's just because it looks cool. So I wanted to read off the Gameloft response to these recent glitches, and they posted this on their Facebook page today for Ordering Chaos Online, so I'm going to read that off real quick. We want to remind everyone and assure legit users that usage of hacks or exploits will force us to ban the accounts of the offenders. Moreover, please be careful because most, if not all, third-party software are designed in order to copy your account name and password and rob you of your account. And they go on to say like the normal stuff, but that first paragraph right there where they talk about hacks or exploits is really important. Gameloft is starting to crack down on people, and they're starting to ban people for using glitches. And the most recent case we saw of that was the Anniversary Medal glitch. We had a bunch of people get banned, and it was mostly monks, so monks were in high demand for like 5 days, and I got a lot of runs in there, so that was fun. There have also been other glitches recently, like MZL glitches, one of which was the infinite boss spawn, and there's actually an infinite boss spawn for both of the bosses, I think, and one of them is just like a glitch that is actually Gameloft's fault, but again, I mean, all glitches are basically exploits. Once you figure them out and you do them over and over, it's exploiting it. So people have found a way to exploit the left boss by making it spawn infinitely, and the right boss, I'm not sure how to do that one, but I've only encountered the left boss infinite glitch by accident, and I've never actually exploited it with the team, but I know that people do because they've had epic drops from that boss by just doing infinite boss spawn in that one. For MZL, there's also, you know, places that you can not get hit, or you can find different exploits. Like for the right boss, there's an area where you can glitch out of map and you know, not get hit by the boss. The most recent glitch that basically inspired this episode was the damage glitch, and this is brand new. It was just discovered recently, and I'm gonna briefly describe it. I've never done it, but apparently you go into KPN, I think, with a team, and I'm not gonna say specifics, but the monk uses a certain spell on one of the KPL mobs, and then you all get a buff, and the buff lasts like 24 hours or something, and it only wears off when you die. And apparently this glitch gives you 50% damage reduction, which is like, that makes absolutely no sense how that is possible to get that glitch, first of all, from such an easy task, and then I don't really know why Gameloft would implement that. So yeah, the 50% damage reduction is a big problem, and a lot of people are using it. Like, people are using it to tank MZL as a DPS warrior, and that's probably the best way to do it. And also, like, green geared people can use it to do certain things. But the worst thing that people always like to do is to use it in PvP arenas. So that is another reason why I really don't want to do PvP arenas anymore. I mean, I want to continue arena style, but Gameloft, instead of fixing these glitches, they're just banning people. I mean, they said it themselves. They're going to ban you if you use this glitch. They're not going to fix the glitch. They're going to ban you and fix it later, which makes absolutely no sense, because everyone uses this glitch where they just ban everyone and not fix it, and then after 5 days or whatever, the glitch is still there, you can do it again, they ban you again. That is just such a pointless routine that Gameloft has been doing for years now, and I really think it's just retarded. And they need devs inside the game on all servers to figure out these glitches, and they just need to be more part of the community. I wanted to reflect on some of the past glitches and you guys may remember some of these, just to highlight how much GameLoft has let slide. And eventually it did fix these things, but it took so long, and they did ban a few people. And one of these was the GSL wall hack, and that wasn't necessarily a glitch because it involved jailbreaking, but it was a huge exploit. And basically you just jailbroke, and then you had to like move this file to do something. I never did it. A lot of people were really mad because I was a healer, and they were like, do you have wall hack? I was like, no, and they kicked me. No matter what your gear was, they kicked you. That was just the most retarded glitch. So basically it allowed you to go past any wall. People like turned it on right before they went into GSL, and then they could walk through the wall and just get right to Kanyata. So GameLoft kind of fixed that, first of all by making it so the jailbreak exploit didn't work, and secondly by making it so that you have to kill Tighthelm in order to kill Kanyata, or else you're gonna get like a ton of damage, like 1,000,000 damage or something. So they fixed that eventually, but I remember them banning at least 2 people from it for doing that instead of fixing it immediately. I mean, they already knew what the glitch was, which is what's so annoying about it, and then they didn't fix it. Now, one glitch that I admit that I used was the GSL out of map glitch, and I'm sure a lot of people use this. It was basically where you could jump on a pot. There's like this pot, so you could skip a bunch of mobs, jump on the pot, and go out of map. And people didn't like to do that as much because you had to deal with some mobs. Wow, it was so hard to deal with those mobs, and so people would rather hack and get out of map and risk being banned than jump on a freaking pot and get out of map. That was actually a pretty fun glitch because you got to see like outside of GSL, and it was pretty cool. But I mean, the hack is the same thing. I guess it's kind of a fun hack, so I'm not defending the hack at all. I would say that the GSL out of map glitch is not as bad as the wall hack, because the wall hack is actually exploiting the game and you're using jailbroken stuff to do it, and I think it's really bad. And I mean, you could use it in other places as well, but for GSL out of map glitch, you can only use it in GSL. And for the wall hack, you can use it anywhere. So you can use it in PvP arenas, for example. Also, recently, or not recently, I mean, we've had this for a while, but the talent glitch, people using like dual specs, and I don't know how long that was around, but there's always some sort of talent glitch that people use, and there have been ones in the past that are really bad. So GameLoft eventually got around to fixing that. I don't think they banned too many people for that, but eventually they fixed it. But I think the damage was already done in PvP arenas for people who do PvP a lot. They just dual spec'd, and they were just amazing in PvP arenas because of that. Like melee divines were pretty freaking awesome because of that glitch. So that was one of the crappiest ones, and I hate that. I hate that people exploited that. But I mean, if there's a glitch there and it's doable, people are going to exploit it, and GameLoft needs to find a way to catch them faster. Like, once it becomes widespread, they need to close down the servers and fix that glitch immediately. And sometimes we have maintenances and we think that it's for a glitch, and then the maintenance is over and the glitch is still there. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Also, one that I remember from a long time ago was the funniest one probably, and it was the armor glitch. And you could equip like a shield on your shoulders or something. I don't even remember that much, but basically you had a huge armor count if you were a tank, and you could just increase your stats basically. It was pretty cool. But eventually GameLoft did actually ban people for that, which I think people deserve to be banned for that, because that was a pretty messed up glitch and they got an unfair advantage over everyone. So that's what most glitches do, but that one definitely did that as well. And also a funny glitch that went along with that was people who were like female elves or female any class could essentially take off their bra, and it looked pretty funny. It made for some funny pictures, and you know, we realized that GameLoft are actually full of perverts. So also recently we've had a lot of PvP arena glitches, and one of those was the out of map PvP arena glitch where people just got out of map, and I think they did that by disconnecting their router and just walking through the wall or something. Also, they could walk through the gate early. That was a bad one. I remember a lot of people using that. PvP arena glitches are the worst in my opinion, because honestly, I mean, that hurts people the most, and I'll talk about this in a bit, like what really hurts other players, but PvP arena is definitely the most blatant form of that. I mean, you're getting an unfair ranking, and also if you do that in just regular PvP areas, like any glitches that affect other people, it's just completely unfair, and those are the kind that I really hate. Also, the most recent one was the Sin Trinket glitch, which I expressed my distaste in. Sins could get like full health over and over by switching out a trinket. I remember that. That was pretty bad as well. So, I mean, all these glitches that we've had in the past, they just took GameLoft so long to fix, and sometimes they ban people, sometimes they don't. They're not really consistent with it. And now it seems like they're banning people a lot more, which is why I wanted to bring this topic up on this podcast. I would say that glitches are not as bad as hacks, because hacks are really just hacking the game, and I think those are more bannable offenses. But glitches are just things that people find in the game and they exploit over and over. And in my opinion, I think that they're not as bad as hacks, because hacks usually are with a third-party source like jailbreaking, and some would argue that I guess they don't hurt people as much, like the GSL out-of-map glitch for with jailbreaking doesn't really hurt people. But I think hacking the game is a huge problem, because if you think about it, hacking also means you can get into the game files, you can actually mess up the game, and you could shut the whole game down potentially. And I always hate hacking, because hacking means that people can hack accounts. Would you rather that you get glitched into something, or that someone hacks your account and deletes all your characters? And I mean, like, you get glitched in a place where you can't get out. Like, I remember the swamp glitch. There's this place where all these mobs were infinitely respawning, and all these people were stuck there, and they couldn't log out, or they couldn't move or anything, because it just said reconnecting over and over. And I would say that I'd much rather get stuck in that swamp glitch than get hacked, and both of which have happened to me. They fixed that swamp glitch eventually, so I got out of it, and all the people did, but that's one comparison why I think hacks are worse. I want to ask you guys this. Don't you think the game would be better if we had neither? If we had no glitches and no hacks? And I know you're all going to say, yeah, of course it'd be better. But, I mean, why do we have to find ways to exploit the game in the first place? The people who say, yeah, it'd be better if we didn't have them, are the same people who are actually exploiting the glitches. So it's like, okay, I don't think they're good, but as long as they're there, I'm going to use them. So I think a lot of people do agree that the game would be better if we had neither, and obviously GameLoft can't fix everything immediately, but all of these widespread glitches that people know about should be fixed immediately, because everyone knows about them. And instead of banning people for glitches and things that are basically harmless, they should ban people for hacking and finding ways to find out if they actually hacked, instead of the stupid report button, which basically does nothing. I mean, a bunch of people could report someone that they don't like, and they could get banned for nothing, so that's really stupid. Also, I'm wondering, why are glitches classified as good or bad? I think that all glitches should be classified as bad, and some glitches that are technically classified by our community as good are the world boss healing glitch, where you can invite people and for world bosses and heal everyone, and people thought that was good because, you know, everyone was benefiting from it, right? And also the epic loot glitch, which we used to have. I don't think it works in MZL anymore, where you could basically not get exhaust from bosses, and people argued that that was good because, you know, GameOff kind of rips us off on the tabs, and especially with MZL, we only get 3 runs per tab, and it would be much better if we could skip the boss exhaust that we don't want. But honestly, the game is better without that glitch, in my opinion. And also Infinite Zargus glitch, and this came out like during the level 70 update, so no one really needed Zargus except to get their epic or legendary lavas. I have mixed feelings on this, because in the past I've said that it should be fine, like it doesn't really hurt anyone. I just think that all glitches are bad, and they're not meant to be part of the game, and basically all these glitches that get dungeons faster, people argue are good glitches, but I just don't see how they're good. They don't help the community, and I know that GameLoft really doesn't help us either, but when people get an advantage in a dungeon and not everyone on the server knows the glitch, then that's already a bad advantage, and that's the point of glitches, to get an advantage. And so people who exploit them are trying to get an advantage, and GameOff needs to fix those glitches immediately. And I understand that there will always be glitches. That's what comes with the game. I mean, it's not real life, and actually real life has glitches too, you could say. We shouldn't really be classifying things as good or bad in terms of glitches, because all glitches are bad. No matter what you say, they're all just bad, and they're not helping the game. They're not how the game is meant to be, and they shouldn't be exploited. A lot of people think that dungeon glitches aren't as bad as glitches outside the dungeon because it doesn't hurt anyone, and I disagree. For example, for the GSL wall hacking glitch thing with jailbreaking, you could get out of the map and get to Kanyata easily and just do runs over and over doing the same thing, and they were super fast. And those are the people who got like lavas, and those are the people who got epics faster than everyone else. I don't see how that's fair. I don't see how that doesn't hurt anyone when you're getting epics and no one else is, because you found a glitch that not everyone can do. And I mean, not everyone is jailbroken, not everyone wants to jailbreak. I just don't agree that it doesn't hurt anyone. I think that it does hurt the community as a whole. I mean, these same people who know these glitches and find out glitches quickly, they're the ones getting the epics. And I'm sure there's MZL glitches that we don't all know about, that certain guilds know about. There's tons of people who are exploiting this new 50% reduction glitch and other glitches like that. And it's really, I think it's hurting the community because they're the same people getting the epics over and over. Even though epics are supposed to be a low drop rate, it's still just not fair to me. I mean, I've seen a lot of epics myself, and I don't exploit. So if people just played the game normally, you'd see the epics eventually. It depends on how much you play, but I mean, it's all dependent on luck as well. So I just wish that people would just play the game and stop trying to find glitches to exploit just to make things faster. If you don't have the time to play, then just don't play. And it's definitely GameLoft's fault for not fixing these, but we have to blame the community too. We can't just blame GameLoft for everything, as much as we all want to. Our community is to blame for much of this. I guess we just have to wait for GameLoft to find these, and if banning is what it takes to get these people to stop, then maybe that's what it has to be for now. Although that is just not the ideal situation that it should be. And I wish that people would take the initiative and just not exploit glitches and not try to find them. And I have no idea how people find these glitches. It's just crazy. I feel like there's some GameLoft dev who's actually giving them away. One point that I did want to make, though, which does blame GameLoft, is that GameLoft might just ban people for glitches that aren't profitable. And what I mean by that is that there are glitches in dungeons that help people get it done faster, and then they tab more. And if you think about that, why would GameLoft want to stop that? They're making tons of money from that. So GameLoft is basically a corrupt company. I think we all know that by now. And they're doing everything they can to get money. So they probably would just wait a while to fix these glitches, or just never fix them, because people will want to tab more. Yeah, I think that GameLoft does ban people for glitches that aren't profitable. Like PvP arenas. I mean, not a lot of people use the PvP arena tabs. So GameLoft does fix those glitches eventually, and they seem to ban people who do PvP arena glitches, which is good. And I don't know how often they do that, but they definitely need to ban those people more, because those are the biggest offenders in my opinion. I can argue all day that dungeons and PvP arenas aren't so different in terms of hurting the community, but honestly, I would much rather that the PvP arena glitchers get banned than everyone else. And I think that the medal glitch, where you get infinite medals, which people were doing recently, I don't think that was worth a 5-day ban. I mean, that's such a stupid thing. And the whole idea that you have to get 100 medals and you have a 3-hour cooldown is really stupid anyways, just for a fountain hat. So that was really stupid why they banned people for that. But also that was a stupid glitch for people to do. So all of this is to say that I'm just recommending that you guys don't do glitches right now. Don't try to find out this new glitch with the 50% damage reduction, and just don't do it, because you may get banned, and GameLoft has warned us now. And I'm actually glad that they're finally cracking down on people and banning them. And maybe the community will finally learn their lesson that you're not supposed to glitch in this game. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I'm just wondering what glitches will be coming in the future, because every update there's always some glitch. And these are glitches that people exploit. I don't mean things like the team dots disappearing. I don't mean things like that. those are obvious glitches, but I mean like things that help people in the game and are exploitable. Yeah, that's basically all I can say about that. So I'm just going to get into the question of the week real quick. So, do you think glitch abusers or glitches themselves are ruining the game? And you may not agree that this is ruining the game at all, because maybe you like to glitch, or maybe you just see it from a different standpoint than I do. But honestly, I think it is ruining the game, and it's not fair for everyone. And honestly, there's a lot of things that aren't fair for everyone in this game. Like, if you have more money in your checkbook, you can buy more runes, and you can get ahead in this game. It's a pay-to-win game. We all pretty much know that. But in terms of glitches themselves, do you think that it's ruining the game? And do you think it's the glitch abusers or just the glitches themselves? So that's it for this episode. I know I talked about a lot of stuff. I just rambled for a long time. But I just really had to vent about this. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you next week.